Hello, everyone. It's time. It's championship weekend for most leagues, assuming you play with a more normal Week 17 championship. But we have so much more last minute decisions to make after getting trounced by Derrick Henry, or hopefully starting your weekend with 40 points from Derrick Henry. We have a lot of questions to get through. Let's start the show right away.
You're watching Fantasy Now Plus.
For one last time, I'm your host, Brian Rockwood. Alongside me, Josh Kimmel. And we will hopefully give you the answers to the question that is today is how do I win my championship? Josh, are you how many leagues are you currently battling for the title?
2. Not
Okay.
good odds
Okay.
from the total amount, but 2. How about you, sir?
Not 0. So honestly, I always call that a win. I am in 4, one of which I am projected to lose by about $1 billion because I foolishly bet on the Detroit Lions to score points on Christmas. And now we're sitting here hoping that Tyler Shuck can score 40 and Darren Waller can somehow relive and kind of recapture that glory that was, 3 years ago? It's looking rough.
He's been doing okay for you. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm just looking at my matchup because you said by $1 billion. Isn't it the worst when you dominate all season and you dominate points for by like $1 billion, and then in the championship week you're now projected to lose by 40 points because you started JMO, Pickens, CD, Sutton, Kelsey, Goff, like all the guys that usually performed, and now you're just like, I outperformed. I should be winning. I know a lot of us are like that because of Derrick Henry and other factors. Jared Goff, betting on the Lions to score a lot of points on Christmas. It's just a crazy, crazy playoff, Brian. Like, it just has been nuts.
What can you do? Truly, it is a game of luck. It's a game of statistics. It's just unpredictable to a fault. And yet, man, it's tough to not play every year. It's tough to not get into a new league, give yourself a better odd, or I guess another shot, another lottery ticket to win it all. Hey, this is a game we love.
Sure is.
All right, let's start off ubiquitously. I know we've been following your journey actually a lot throughout the Discord. And if you haven't already and you're hopping in here, please do join the Discord. We are constantly talking, honestly, ball the whole time. All right, due to Jacobs, who do we start at flex for upside? I believe that's Trey Tucker, Jalen Coker, Kyle Williams, Alec Pierce, Parker Washington, or Blake Corum. It's even, and it's a half point PPR. That is an excellent question. So I know Tim Holstad, another Fantasy Now member, also has the Trey Tucker, Jalen Coker question. And to me, if you had only just those two, it might just be Trey Tucker because Jalen Coker is going against Seattle, and that's not a great time. At least I don't think it will be. But Kyle Williams, Alec Pierce, Parker Washington, Blake Corum, I don't know. They're all pretty close with kind of varying degrees of upside. I don't know, Josh, anything speak to you here?
Yeah, if you're going with just straight upside alone, because that's the question, who do I start for the upside? You kind of want to go with an Alec Pierce for the straight up upside ability, because we've seen it happen multiple times where Kyle Williams, we all presuming he's going to have to step his game up with some people out today and getting a bigger role. But I mean, can we really rely off of 2 games of production? And one of those games were just the Buccaneers, one fluke play. So it's hard for me to trust in that. So for me, Alec Pierce, with the consistency of the season and his production, he'd probably be the best upside and also the safest. Corum could be the safest probably, but how about that? Safest floor plus the biggest upside? Probably Corum, right?
I would think so. That would be where I want to lean towards. I want to think that Alec Pierce, like exactly what you just said, is kind of the player who is more likely to score 2 touchdowns. Just the way he plays and just the way the Colts use him, that is something that's within the realm of possibility. I don't know if I really want to believe in Parker Washington today. I know he balled out last week, but he's still number 3 on the pecking order between Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas Jr. and Brenton Strange. So there's a lot more mouth to feed there. So in terms of just like pure opportunity and chances to do a lot, I think Corum is both like our floor and our ceiling play here. But that's it's fun because there is a lot of options, which is almost normally good, except when you only have one last shot to get the best and the most correct answer. That's tough.
It's with that whole upside situation. I understand why you need to shoot for the moon, but I don't see the other pieces around Pierce in your question could shoot for the moon. We got RNG with a question between Trevion Henderson and Tyrone Tracy in my last flex spot. Henderson has high boom, but Tracy is probably safer. PPR.
Ooh, that is close because as much as I love Trevion Henderson, I know he's cleared to play. He will be playing. It is against the Jets, so part of me wants, like, I think the correct coaching decision would be to give him less touches against the Jets because you won't need him, right? I think like Ramondre Stevenson should take the bulk of the work, and Tyrone Tracy is against the Raiders, who don't have Max Crosby, and that feels pretty exciting to me. And everyone on the Giants are just trying to play for a new job next year because the team is pretty bad. So anyone involved with the Giants really wants to show that they can play football still. I would probably lean towards Tracy because exactly what you just said. I think Tracy might just be a little safer and does have still a little bit of upside in terms of being like a both relevant passing threat and their leading rusher.
Yep. Double-digit carries every single week since week 10. Double-digit fantasy points in every single game except for week 13 and week 10. He's been reliable. Week 16 as well. He's been reliable. But again, we talk about upside, and I do you want to go out? Do you want to back into the playoffs, or do you want to back into a championship, or do you want to shoot for the moon? Let's end it, because there's been times, Brian, and just the Rashad Penny year. I say the Rashad Penny year because I got Rashad Pennied. At 1 o'clock, I'm at World of Beer with I was a co-manager. We're high-fiving at 1 o'clock, because we're blowing them away. And then we're getting chipped away because they started high-end talent that could score the 30-point games, and we ended up losing the game. We were at a cigar bar with old fashions, drinking a cigar, or smoking a cigar, drinking our old fashions, watching Rashad Penny literally destroy us. And it was disheartening. It was so bad. I wanted to cry. But I like to shoot in championship weeks. I've learned my lesson. I want to get those high up. If the floor is kind of even, give me the upside. And Henderson can give you that.
Yeah, and you've been the loudest proponent, Trevion Henderson, league winner. So yeah, it's only fitting. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Craig.
Thanks for hopping in. Hello, Elixir. Hello. Thanks for hopping in. Question in from Michael. Hello. Flex full PPR question. We got Michael Carter, Dylan Sampson, Rocket Sanders, Darnell Mooney, Khalil Shakur, Parker Washington, and Kyle Williams. This is another doozy. Just off of who's kind of options, it's going to be Khalil Shakur for me because he is just the number one on that team. I know Buffalo is not like a really fun team to have to rely on, especially when it comes to pass catchers not named Dawson Knox or Dalton Kincaid. But Shakur should be fine. This should be a game that I think should be back and forth between Philly and, the only other option would be Michael Carter. They are playing the Bengals. That's always good. That's always a recipe for fantasy success. Blech. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I would lean Shakur here.
Yeah, I'm leaning secure as well. Safer floor. I know I just went on a rant about the higher upside people, but honestly, Michael Carter doesn't give you much upside at all because the Arizona Cardinals just refuse to utilize any running back that's not named James Conner. You have to be apparently a 30-something-year-old running back to get the volume of the bulk or to actually get yardage. I don't understand that whole situation in Arizona. Like that was it. James Conner could run the football, but nobody else could. Like, it just didn't make any sense.
We're just simple fantasy football people. Like our brains can't reach the intellect that is, Jonathan Gannon and the Arizona Cardinals, because hey, they're the ones with the big hats and the job. So clearly we're missing something, because I don't know why you wouldn't just play Trey Benson a million times. But hey,
their computers also tell you when Marvin Harrison's in the lineup, limit Michael Wilson to like 6 targets. But when he's
don't
out,
give him the ball.
20 targets though. Like what the computers say so. It just doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense in Arizona.
What can you do? Yeah, I think Shakir is your answer here. Diggs or Tetro McMillan? Stephon Diggs on the New England Patriots, Tetro McMillan also facing the Seattle Seahawks. He is bouncing off between questionable and playing. It sounds like his latest is he is playing, but going to battle through like illness. I don't know if that's just a flu or whatever. A lot of players have been missing with mysterious illness. I would probably go Stephon Diggs because the matchup's a little easier, and I like Drake May. Yeah, I think that's my complete thought there. I'm a little worried about Bryce Young today, but I mean, Tetro McMillan is really good, and I think he's definitely a player who should get a lot of nods for like offensive rookie of the year, because he's also been so dang consistent. While you pick your answer, I need to check and see if he's at 1,000 yards yet.
I'll just let you know that he does not, but he's very close, and he can get it today if he gets just 46 yards. Or I can't math today. 60. So I don't know, 80 something yards. Okay. How about that? 76 yards. That's what he needs officially. Okay. So I got there eventually. Math is not my thing. But he does have the 7 receiving touchdowns, which does impress me for his rookie season. I hope that doesn't go away. Kind of like how DJ Moore kind of got pigeonholed there. I know it's a whole different offense and coaching staff, but that dude could never score touchdowns there. So it's nice to see that he's scoring touchdowns. On the other side, Diggs is kind of making his money this year, scoring touchdowns. Not really. Actually, he only has 3. Why has he been kind of – he's been so average. But there's no other options over there at this moment.
Well, now that Matt Collins is out, now there's no options anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could probably go on a very long time about what is going on in New England in terms of the pass catchers, but it's just going to be frustrating to try to explain what's happening there, and then you can just kind of hand wave it away, just be like, well, that's just the Patriot way now. We don't have one true wide receiver one. We just have a bunch of guys running routes, and Drake May is going to make it happen.
I would say, and this is just quick math, 80% of the time, Diggs is getting you less than 30 yards receiving this year. Like, that's just the majority of the time. But now I guess there is nobody else. But watch it be a Hunter Henry game. Watch it be Austin Hooper. Like, just watch it be anyone but Diggs. Because when it's the obvious, it's not so obvious. And Tech could be just peppered with targets. I know we're giving conflicted reports here, but I'm probably going to go Diggs as well. But it's hard to sit Ted. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
I completely agree. And it's just a awful situation. I wish he was completely healthy. I wish, like if Tetro McMillan had like a completely clean bill of health, wasn't really battling whatever he's going with, I would probably lean that way and just bet on the Panthers somehow, once again, shocking the world like they did against the Rams and beating the Seahawks. I don't really know if that's possible, but it's the end of the week in the NFL. Anything can happen any given Sunday. But yeah, I personally would think Diggs might be a tiny bit safer today.
Yep, safer. For sure safer.
Man.
For sure safer.
We'll see if there's another question that pops up here, but is there anything that's racking your brain? Anything that's getting you caught up?
Yeah, I do got one. I'm glad you asked, because in my championship game, Kittle is obviously out, and I've been rolling with Kittle. So I've been putting Darren Waller in and Hunter Henry, just flip flopping them within the past couple hours. Henry's got the New York Jets, but we just said that Drake May, they spread the ball around, and I'm really concerned that he isn't going to be safe. But Darren Waller, he's been the red zone guy from Miami. He's been everything that I didn't expect him to be. And he's playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who can't stop a nosebleed right now. But Quinn Ewers, like, it's just a conundrum, and I wish George Kittle would just play football. But he's not.
Yeah, ubiquitously saying Hunter Henry, no wide receivers, New England. Yeah, but also, like, they might not even need to do that. Like, all right. So here's what I'll say about Hunter Henry. He will get 3 to 4 targets today, all of which varying from like 5 to 10 yards. Hopefully one breaks free for like a 20-yard touchdown. I would almost lean towards Darren Waller because he's consistently used in the red zone. And also, I don't believe there's another pass catcher relevant outside of Jalen Waddle for the Miami Dolphins. And I do think the Miami Dolphins will probably be fine against Tampa Bay. Full disclosure, I had to start with Darren Waller in my own fantasy championship. So I might be biased. I might be kind of wishing for something that might not be there. But I think Waller might be a little higher of an upside. I know it's going to be tough because they're going to be close. Say he's going to get 7 targets because it's Diggs, Williams, and nobody else. Don't forget Pop Douglas is there, man. He's relevant.
I just don't understand how that team, and I'm sure they will not this offseason, just add some kind of alpha receiver. There's got to be one out there. Has to be.
I heard there's a really angry wide receiver over in Philadelphia that might want to change the scenery with a championship caliber team.
That'd be pretty dope. I just don't ruin Drake. Maybe before I met you, even I was one of the biggest Drake May fans that I knew of. And I met you, and I'm like, oh, my rival now. I guess we'll have to fight for Drake May in future leagues. It's like, I love that guy so much. I'm a Dolphins sympathizer, and it just bugs me that A, that I'm rooting for the Patriots, and B, that they're good again. It just couldn't have been us.
Look, it's been so hard. It's been so hard being a Patriots fan these past 5 years. We've had to really endure a lot. So, thankfully things have turned around. We've really needed it. And
let's get to you, boy.
All right. Let's get to a real question. All right. Full PPR, 6% win percentage, but playing against Puka Pitts on Monday. The only saving grace with Matthew Stafford. Need a tight end. Tyler Warren, Brenton Strange, Darren Waller, or wait on Jake Tongs. Opponent has T-Law. I have Etienne and JT. That's an interesting one. My knee-jerk reaction would probably be definitely between Warren or Strange. Mm-hmm. If you really want to gamify it, like going Brenton Strange does protect you from some of the damage Trevor Lawrence will do because he will most likely be involved. At the same time, that does put you at some amount of risk if all the touchdowns go somewhere else, and now Strange isn't needed, and they can kind of just, and now you're banking on both Jaguar players to do something. I don't know. Josh, what do you think?
Yeah, well, that too, like every time T-Law does something, you hope it goes as Strange, if not ETN at least. But then if ETN's rushing the football, it's hurting T-Law and Strange. So I know this is super inside, and we shouldn't really think about these things. Just put the best players out there, score the most fantasy points. But I do think about that. Just last week, my opponent had the quarterback, and I had the receiver. No, it was the other way around. I had Burrow, and he had Higgins. I'm like, oh, Burrow threw a touchdown to who? Oh, like whatever. Like, it's annoying when it's Higgins. So I don't like to share those players. But he's the best tight end out of this group, in my opinion. He has the most yardage upside to me. Maybe not touchdown upside because I think Waller has that, but I think yardage in between the 20s upside. I prefer Strange. I would start him. But man, you're really hoping that ETN can throw it to Strange on some kind of trick play. That'd be elite. That'd be a win.
Now
That'd
we're
be the
talking.
win
That
right
is,
there.
yeah. Oh, and Jacksonville is playing Indy, so there's a little double, I don't know, questioning or kind of thought process between Warren and Strange. I wonder who's playing QB for the Colts. Is it still Philip Rivers? Even now that they're out of the playoffs?
I hope so. I bet the under on his passing touchdowns today in my parlay. I sent in the group chat. Thanks for checking, Brian. Thanks for telling me that's a good bet, Josh.
Oh, that's what that bet was? Okay. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes I see I'll see a bet slip and I'm like, all right, I'll take a glance later.
I've been hot, man. I'd be tailing me, Brian. I'd be tailing me, brother.
I have 75 cents to my name on DK, so I'm gonna need that thing to hit. Okay, so for a real answer here, I think I'm gonna order them Strange, Warren, Tongs, Waller. I think is how I would go to tight ends.
Strange, Warren, yeah, I'm exactly the same.
Okay. Catching up. No ETN for today. Oh, no for ETN today. You don't want ETN to play against the Colts. I feel like he's gonna smash because it's either ETN is legitimately like an RB1 in fantasy football right now, and like he has been the whole season, and he does everything. So unless he's like actively hurt, which we'll see if there's a injury report, but to me, I feel like it's hard not to play ETN.
I almost took his more in the yardage for you guys who want to tail me because I've been hot on my parlays. I took Philip Rivers less 1.5 passing touchdowns. I took, this is the risky one, Charbonnet anytime touchdown. I feel like he's going to screw some Kenneth Walker managers. Jalen Warren, more 15.5 rushing yards. I think that's a given against the Browns. And Drake May, less than 0.5 interceptions today. And that is I get plus 912, and it's $25 to win 253. So if you want to tail me and win some money with me, that's the way to do it. If you're out of your championship and you're just watching to have fun, this is how we make money on the side. Let's make up from our losses. Always chasing the losses, Brian. It's a loser's mentality.
Just what's it? Just mining until you hit the diamonds. Just don't give up. Anyway, we'll add the gambling number somewhere on the bottom eventually. Good morning, Charlene. Rivers or Cousins for the Queen's Classic ship. Also, Jake Tongs or Xavier Legette in the flex. Okay. Cousins or Rivers? Kirk Cousins goes against the Rams on Monday. Philip Rivers, like we just said, Jacksonville today. Man, I want to pick Rivers, I think. That's where my head's at.
You want to pick Rivers, or you are picking Rivers?
I will select Philip Rivers as my answer here. Because this is I worry a lot about Kirk Cousins against this Rams defense, and I don't really know if he's going to get it done. I kind of think Bijan Robinson will get it done if there's any points scored at all. Well, I mean they will score points. Their offense is pretty good, but I think Rivers has shown to be pretty worthwhile as a start. Yeah, I would go with Philip Rivers here, I think.
Sure. Like if you like, listen, I'll say this. If you like your coffee decaf, sure, Philip Rivers is your guy. If you like milk toast, sure, Philip Rivers is your guy. If you just want 10 points, sure. But if you want the 2-yard dump off to Bijan and he does his thing, if you want Kyle Pitts getting open, because like he has been with Kirk Cousins, if you want funness, you go Kirk Cousins. I think he's got the most potential. But Rivers, you're saying that I'm going to lose my parlay today. That's what you're saying. Is he throwing 2 touchdowns that I should be aware of?
It's really funny. I think I have a memory of a goldfish because I'm like, yeah, you just I'm just like, yep, right back into it. Philip Rivers, yeah, sure, whatever. Throw 2 deep bombs to Alec Pierce. Why not? I think you bring a perfect Justin said earlier, the yin to my yang, because I think I am scarred for my own team having no floor absolutely at all. And so I'm like, all right, whatever. Everyone just pick the points. Just pick your casual amount of points and no upside ever. And you're saying, no, win your championship, idiot. Just pick the person that can score you the 30 points. So I think you've convinced me here. I think I'm gonna go with Kirk Cousins here, and then Jake Tongs or Xavier Legette. Yeah, I'm gonna play Tongs.
I'm
No
searching
chance I'm
the
gonna.
waiver wire for somebody else. Like Charlene's always got the
Good point.
wackiest. She's got the wackiest stuff all the time. But probably Tongus. He's always fun to start.
Yeah, and he had a touchdown last week. I'm projected to win by 4 if that makes a difference. That's not enough. By 4 points? Anything can happen with 4 points. That's one 2-minute drill away from flipping the score.
We missed Elixir, Taysom Hill, or AJ Barner. I don't want.
Oh, I did miss this one. Sorry, Taysom Hill or AJ Barner. Oof. I would say Taysom Hill. We're gonna gamble it because he's gonna get a lot of red zone looks. He is apparently the running back because that's what we're doing now with the Saints. Yeah, I don't know. AJ Barner to me is a good football player, but not the most reliable fantasy asset. So I would say it's Hill because he's probably going to have a lot of opportunity.
This is yes. I've been saying it all season long. AJ Barner is my favorite tight end to watch besides Trey McBride, but he's not reliable whatsoever. 15% target share is not excellent at all. But people like to see he's electric. He's fun. I get it. But Taysom Hill, if you're going to give him carries, catches, if he can throw the ball, like he can do anything, he gives you the same amount. He's probably a higher floor than AJ Barner.
Yeah,
honestly, but probably not the bigger ceiling. But man, I love watching. I wish AJ Barner was on a team that prioritized him because he'd be fun to watch.
I didn't really know. I must have blanked out the back half of last year because AJ Barner was on a tear apparently, and coming into the season, he was kind of the tight end one, and then they drafted Elijah Arroyo, and then I kind of faded him again. Well, joke's on me because he's been pretty good, and I think there's something there with AJ Barner, maybe even going forward. But I completely agree. If he was on a different offense that really wanted to pass the ball, didn't have JSN on that same offense, he probably would be someone we're talking about a lot more, especially next year. But Taysom Hill for me today, he threw a 30-yard touchdown to Chris Olave.
No, it's possible.
Tight ends don't let you do that. This game is an absolute dogfight. Hey, Gibbs give me 6, Ferg give me 7. She had Woody get her 8, CD 9, Son 8.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, that's something. That's a fighter, right? That's Tyson versus Logan Paul or whatever Paul that was. It's there. I don't know if anyone's enjoying this.
People are throwing punches. Are they landing? Who's to say? But that's just, I don't know. It's so weird and like I said at the top of the show, just unpredictable stuff. Like CeeDee Lamb had the opportunity to have 20 points. Oh, Jake Paul.
I should have known that as a WWE guy. I should have known that. But
he's right because Logan does the WWE and Jake's just boxing. Yeah, but CD should have had 2 touchdowns against the Commanders, and Dak just missed him. So game of inches, truly. So we'll see what happens today with the rest of those lineups, and maybe no one's topping out at 10 points. Maybe it's just both of your teams just reach 60 points, and someone has to win. Someone's crowned a champion.
Those are always so frustrating. So well, we have this brief moment. You have some championships. What are we fighting through? I know we got the tight end position with Waller.
Yeah.
What else are we fighting through over there?
I went back and forth with the QB position all season, really. So I was hoping to have one last decision between Tyler Shucker and Trevor Lawrence. They stole away Lawrence from the fab because from the waiver wire, because early in the season, this little lore dump, I spent of 100 fab that we had to start the season, I spent $33 on JJ McCarthy after his first game. So I just burned a third of my fab to start the whole season. And then the rest of it went to Rondé Gadsden. So already now I'm just poor for the entire season. And I was hoping to have a QB decision. I don't anymore. So that's fun. And then my last player is Bijan Robinson. So honestly, I just watching those last 3 players play today in that championship. The other one is just, do I play Mika Egbuka anywhere? But I think the answer is just no. I think the answer is just
No.
we're out of here.
He hit a rookie wall.
I know, and Mike Evans banging back. It's kind of it. We'll see you next year. Yeah, Tyler Warren, Brenton Strange, full PPR. Wow.
Well, we picked Strange up front earlier. We ranked Strange ahead of him. So we're going to continue. I'm going to continue Strange ahead of him.
I think it's still Strange for me. I'm just double checking to see what Warren's like targets were last week. I'm pretty sure he had like a bunch of catches. He had.
I just like how
he had 9 targets, 3 catches.
Jacksonville's grooving right now. Liam Cohen is proving. I know this. Nobody was here. Like literally nobody was here. The 1,000 subscribers, but when I'm banging on this table, don't let Liam Cohen walk out of Tampa. Fire Todd Bowles. And I'm the only person screaming it from the freaking mountaintop. And now look where he is. He's should be coach of the year in Jacksonville, and the Buccaneers still have Todd Bowles.
No, but he plays good defense.
He doesn't.
I am so like I completely agree with you. Like Liam Cohen should not have left Tampa. I don't know what he wanted. Maybe it was just a head coaching job, but he clearly had shown something really amazing with that offense last year, and having him. I mean, it was unfortunate he kind of did this weird. I'm coming back. No, I'm not. All right, I'm actually gonna go. Whatever. I don't know. I felt like he was being pulled in 2 directions, which I get that. Head coach versus OC. I'm probably taking the head coaching job, but he's done such an amazing job with this offense, despite Trevor Lawrence being, I don't know, very middle of the pack to now elite again.
We'll see. Weird. It took Baker a full year to figure it out. Like I know he had his comeback and with Canellis before he left to go take the head coaching job in Carolina. Think about that. Carolina and Jacksonville, most likely going to make the playoffs, and Todd Bowles is not. It makes me happy.
Makes you think.
I'm not even a Bucs fan. I just can't stand that guy. But because he hurts our fantasy players. But I'm not going to get into that. But on this end, speaking of Coach of the Year, speaking of awards, we do have an award show coming up. And we're relying on votes from the listeners and to the public. It's open to everybody. You don't have to be a official listener, so share it with everybody. Just open to the public. Go to fantasynowplus.com. I'm sure there's some kind of link that Justin wants me to promote, but it's on our website. And you can vote for all the awards, such as Fantasy MVP, Comeback Fantasy Player of the Year, I think should be on there. There's a bunch of categories. And it's going to be fun times. And then we're all going to compile our own awards with the Fantasy Now staff, I think. And then we're going to have our own awards. And I can't wait to talk about that. It's always going to be a blast. It's always a debate. Yes.
It is a really, really fun time. I'll see if I can not mess up posting it into the various chats here. Vote page. ! Woo. Okay, let's see. All right. That is the fantasy award page. So click there and you'll vote via just an easy click of the button. So check that out. And you can also subscribe at the very bottom of that page as well.
Yes. UB wants us to add best move made from the public. What does that mean? Like waiver wire acquisition? I think that's an award. Should have been an award.
Yeah, that best waiver wire pickup is an award.
Oh, move. Because he's talking, he traded Shaheed for Olave. That's why, listen, that's so hard. Like, because here, I would open it up to this. Again, I am the host of the Monday show. If you haven't heard, if you're new around here, it's going to be Listener Appreciation Day on Monday at noon. If you win your championship, I want to hear your roster. I want you to talk about your roster. I want you to post your roster in the comments. I want you to tell me how you won your championship. Like UB traded Shaheed for Olave, that put him over the top. Me, if everything worked out and Kyle Pitts didn't happen and all this stuff didn't happen and Jackson Dart didn't throw the ball 13 times, I would have said burning my $100 fab on Jacob Browning and getting laughed at And then the very same day, about an hour later, trading Browning for Judkins straight up. That would have been my move. That would have been my key to success. And it almost led me there. But then everyone died, including Judkins himself.
Wow, what a trade. That is the absolute like best part of those small trade windows. Anything can happen. All right, Jacob Browning, he's now the starting quarterback for we know he's the starting quarterback for the next 5 weeks. Yeah. Send him away, especially like a super flex. Judkins, who cares? He might be suspended all week, or sorry, all season.
Yep. You can cry. If you've seen my show,
you're allowed to cry. You have permission from Fantasy Now Plus to cry on Monday.
You can scream, yell, Albert, whatever you want. Whatever you want.
I only scored 16 and still to play against Puka. Here's the thing. I'm also facing Puka in a championship. Anything can happen. Puka could just, take it easy today. I don't know. Puka could just decide to, you know what? I really, really want Colby Parkinson to give everybody a second chance to really help everybody out. Or, the game script turns into, let's just get Blake Corum. Let's get Kyron Williams the ball a ton. Let's get Jarquez Hunter involved. Let's just not even pass the ball. Save Stafford's arm and his old man back. Keep everyone healthy. And the game ends. And it's like 10-3 somehow. That can happen. That's like it's a very low possibility, but it's not non-zero.
I just love the fact that you're just talking, because I'm in a league where I'm heavily underdog because of all my mid players from these games this week. I have Puka. So I'm like, oh, maybe he has to hit some kind of bonus, or maybe he has 114 receptions. Maybe he needs 125 to hit some kind of mile. He's almost at 1,600 yards, but does he get a bonus at 1,700? He needs 2 touchdowns to hit double digits. That's what I'm hoping for. So it's funny that we're on the opposite realm of this, because I need a big game from Puka. Listen, in this dynasty I have dominated. I've only lost. This league's been around for 5 years. I've only lost maybe 6 games ever. I've only won 1 title. I dominate, Brian. And then when it comes down to it, and then this is happening,
the lights get too bright.
I can't listen. I'm who am I? I'm the Phillip Rivers, you would say, and the who chokes off. I'm the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, exactly. I was the 1990 Buffalo Bills.
We can both agree on that. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Now I need to know what are you cooking over with that dynasty team that is just an absolute force.
It's a 10-team league. They were all new to Superflex. And I just drafted all the quarter. People don't understand.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
And so I just dominated. I have JSN. I have Puka. I have just every single top tier player. I just dominate. But I can't close. Just in Justin's league, you should see that team. I've been riding Justin Jefferson on my bench, but it's okay because I have Tet. I have Rashee Rice. The way I build teams, Brian, and I'm not hearing it on my high horse, I build from the receiver position and the tight end position up. And then I find the diamonds in the rough, like the Daniel Jones, and that's what happens. And then they just stick. So I know that we have Emilio in here, and I'm just filibustering on my awesomeness. I'll give Brian an opportunity to do it a little bit later, but for now we have Pollard, Parker Washington, Stevenson or Sharbs, half PPR in the flex.
Excellent question. My gut wants to say Stevenson, mainly because he is, much to our dismay as fantasy football players, he is the main guy over in New England right now. The Jets do not have a defense. I don't know if they have 11 players to play, but they're probably going to be using him a ton today just to get the game over with. Let's get out of MetLife. Let's just leave and just get ready for the playoffs, clinch our division here and call it a day. The other one I would really consider, though, is Tony Pollard, who is going against the Saints. And Pollard's been really good the past 4 or 5 weeks. And, he's sharing time with Tajay Spears, but I don't really know if that impacts him too much because he's I mean, talk about incentives. Tony Pollard is 50 yards away from 1,000 yards rushing this year. Maybe, I don't know.
And I definitely, who are the other people? Charbonnet. I almost want to say, yeah, we can consider him, but I prefer Pollard because we know what his role is. We don't know if Charbonnet is going to be shut out. We don't know if Charbonnet is going to get the bulk of the carries. We don't know if Charbonnet is. What sticks to what I know is Pollard gets the ball early and often, actually.
Yeah, I would actually, I think I would say Tony Pollard first, then Stevenson, Sharps, and Parker Washington. That'd be my full PPR, but I don't know if that changes anything for me.
Who does Tennessee have? New Orleans?
Yeah. Pollard has New Orleans, Parker Washington against the Colts, Stevenson Jets, Charbonnet against the Panthers.
Saints are like middle of the road as far as giving up
fantasy
points. Panthers give up points to the running back position, and that's Charbonnet, but that's going to be split up between Walker and Charbonnet, and we don't know. It's like my son. When we get the pizza, right? The whole pizza, he doesn't know if we got half pep, half cheese, full pep. He doesn't know if his slices are going to be cut. And sometimes I just cut his slice in half. So he thinks he's getting 2 slices, but he's just getting
smart.
1. Yeah. So like, we don't know. That's Charbonnet and Walker. My son's pizza. Who knows?
Yeah. Yeah. So I think let's try to get the full pizza with Tony Pollard. I think that might be where we want to go here. Playing in the championship, congrats for making it. Best of luck. I have Jalen Hurts or Tyler Shuck, and that's fantasy football, baby. What, like, the fact that we're having this conversation is my favorite thing because it's a real like, I get it. I think you still have to play Jalen Hurts. Like, I know Shuck has been giving you like 15 points ish. Jalen Hurts can get you 30, and that's kind of been the theme of this show today. Like, Jalen Hurts can regularly score 2 touchdowns himself on the ground, and they're gonna need him to be good today against the Bills because this is not an easy game. I know he hasn't been great this season passing the ball, but I think you still gotta just give it to the team that is in the playoff. They're a better team, and I do think Hurts is right now is a better quarterback than Tyler Shuck. We'll review in a couple of years. I don't think anything will change, but we'll see. So for me, would be Jalen Hurts.
Preference this to everybody watching right now, to the millions around the world. I've said this story. I'm a broken record, right? I started Robbie Anderson the year he broke out. The year Robbie Anderson broke out, he had that 6 wonderful games of sweetness. And I said, I'm going to start him in my championship game over the likes of Sammy Watkins at the time, who was decent. Derrick Henry was very good. Like, there was other options for me. I went with Robbie Anderson, the unknown, over my studs. And I regret it to this day. It's my biggest loss in my life, professionally and fantasy-wise. Not counting the time I lost to my son at Madden when I actually tried. But Jalen Hurts, if you bench him and he goes off and shucks the bed, you'll never forget this. I'd rather go down with my studs than go down with a loser. And when no disrespect to Mr. Tyler Shuck, but you guys get my point. We drafted Jalen Hurts to win championships. Now let's win.
You're here. You've done it. You've reached the point that you say, all right, Jalen Hurts, bring me the hardware. Exactly. Just don't. I know it's a tougher matchup. It's all right. Trust the process. Hey, John. Good morning, and good luck to you as well. I know you have a couple key matchups going on today. On the flex, I have Parker Washington, Jalen Warren, DeAndre Swift, Bucky Irving, or Chris Godwin. Pick one.
All right. It's hard for me to sit Swift. Wait. Hold on. Am I missing something? I'm missing something. Never mind. Okay. Full disclosure to every single person here watching, I am a man of truth. I went on a binger last night. Pokemon Legends ZA. The Switch 2 is out. My son played DK Bonanzas for 8 straight hours. I allowed it. I know. And I said, it's dad's time. So I kicked him off the Switch, and I got Mega Charizard. I got Mega dude. It became a thought like I'm gonna go here to get Mega Aerodactyl, then I'll cut myself off. Oh, I got Mega Aerodactyl. I need to go now get Mega Char. I'll cut myself off after that. Oh no, another milestone. So I kept on milestoning myself and never cutting myself off. Next thing you know, it's 1 a.m. And for me, you might as well just say I stayed up all night. I was up at 5, by the way. Still been up since 5. Where was I getting at? I didn't know there was a football game last night. And I'm seeing Bears clinch the playoffs. So the whole Swift thing, guys, I'm working off about 4 hours of sleep. I'm like, wait, the Bears played last night. What the fuck? Never mind.
Yeah.
I didn't. So Swift is an option for me. I know that's a long way of getting me around saying I like Jaylen Warren in this matchup against Cleveland. Cleveland can give up big runs. We even saw Tony Pollard have a magnificent day against the Cleveland Browns rush defense. They really aren't that good against the run. I do think they're going to try to protect Aaron Rodgers. I don't think they want the sack record to be broken today. So I do think they're going to be heavily use their 2 running backs heavily today. And Jaylen Warren's the one that's going to pop it off, can pop it off. Kenny Gainwell's quicker, faster. We all see him. He's more elusive. But Jaylen Warren's the one with more 20-plus yard runs. Not Tony Pollard. Jaylen Warren is. Jaylen Warren's going to be the one being used in between the 20s, where Gainwell's going to be used short yardage inside the red zone. Give me Jaylen Warren here. I like Jaylen Warren.
Yeah, this is first off, I love your team because if this is your flex option, this feels great. This has got to feel good.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like the key two for me are Warren and Swift. I'm gonna bandwagon with Josh here. I do like the Pittsburgh matchup against Cleveland. It's going to be a gross game. It's going to be a game that they want to continue to just run the ball. You know, I think you're absolutely correct in that assessment. Let's protect Aaron Rodgers. We are a playoff-bound team. We have our guys. We want to make sure we are all healthy going into that game. Let's just run the ball. Let's just get out of Cleveland. I think they're at Cleveland, right? Yeah, let's get out of Cleveland. Yep. This game will not be close. I do not think Shedeur Sanders has the juice to battle this defense. Yeah, I think Warren's a solid play here. Full PPR, Jacob Tongas, tight end for the San Francisco 49ers, or Michael Mayer, and Taysom Hill as an option as well. Michael Mayer being relevant because Brock Bowers is out / on IR, so he's going to be done for the season. Man, full PPR as well. I don't know.
Is Michael Mayer just not good at football?
He's very good. I should say very good. I'm not. I shouldn't get that excited. He is good at football, but a very, underutilized asset. Like, he just isn't demanding targets like it was Brock Bowers. But in the games without Bowers, he's been fine.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, like, just 2 things that are good in your life that you can have at the same time. And I don't understand why the Raiders, since they have no talent anywhere, why is Michael Mayer not always involved if he's not good at football? So that's why I was asking, because last time I checked, every time he does get the opportunity, he does play well. There's no other talent there. Why? So, okay. I like Mayer. I do. I'm a Mayer person. I wish he was on a different team. So I wish he was on the Miami Dolphins. They need a tight end. But I haven't seen enough of him, and I don't trust that a backup tight end is just going to come in and light the world on fire. I'm going to go Taysom Hill because of all the usage he did get last week. But, man, are you worried that they're just going to be like, psych, that was last week. Taysom Hill did his 1 game. We're good. We're going to go back to how we usually run football games without Taysom Hill. That could be a worry for me, but I'm going to go Taysom Hill.
Yeah, the biggest concern is exactly that. The classic Taysom Hilling of your fantasy roster. He gets you 1 week, back to 0 next week. Like, I don't understand. Back to your same point, is Taysom Hill good at football? I usually think so, or at least he's just a superb athlete who just gets the ball a ton, and that's worthwhile, and it's that brings value to your team, right? But I don't know. I think I kind of want to believe it. That was Taysom's last game in New Orleans. They featured him for sure. That's also such a big asterisk to just like a crazy, like, maybe he won't throw the ball again. Maybe that was truly just a one last hurrah. Let's give you a deep shot because we're up by a comfortable lead and we're playing the Jets. So we'll just have you throw the ball, and it worked. Yeah, it's tough. I do agree for Mayer. I think he is third in this list. I do, because of the sheer upside of just what Taysom Hill can do. I'm gonna go ahead and say Taysom Hill first, and then Jacob Tongas.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know that Mayer is going against the Giants defense, UB, but it's just it's Mayer and who's throwing the ball and who's running that offense. It's just
The problem is Geno Smith is also involved in offense right now. So what are we gonna eat with that today? Who's to say?
Let me ask you this. Biggest, I know we didn't prep for, no, just to let everyone know, zero prep for me. Brian probably did. He's a professional. Biggest surprise that you can think of today, like what am I going to be screaming about tomorrow? What at noon tomorrow, noon o'clock, Josh Kimmel, Colbers and Hot Take, what am I going to be just irate about?
Oh man, what are you gonna be irate about? All right. So to me, that screams, all right, who's gonna let us down this week? And I'm just gonna take a quick glance at all of these games that are happening at the moment and see who's like the most important piece. Oh man. There is a world, and this is like the most absurd answer I'll give you. There is a world where maybe James Cook isn't good this week. And I only say that because of the Philly defense and I think Jalen Carter's back. I should probably double check that before I start speaking nonsense. But there's a small world where he doesn't score, the average weekly 2 touchdowns on the ground. He can let you down there. I mean, I'm also a Patriots fan, so like I'm kind of perpetually rooting against the Bills, but I do think something like that could really let you down. And I am worried about what we can see from, the Cardinals Bengals game, because it is so good on paper. Both these teams should put up 1,000,000 points against each other. This game should go to 80 points. But we did just see, this is the counterexample, like the Baltimore Packers game that we just saw. That game should have scored no points. Between 2 backup quarterbacks and, a bad environment, like, playing in Lambeau is not very easy. They both balled out. So the reverse can happen, right? Where just 2 relatively stable quarterbacks can just decide, all right, we're done. Let's back it in. So I don't know. There's a few things, but
I'm going to be screaming about Joe Burrow. I already know.
You feel it in your bones. Yeah.
I already know. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I'm going to have a field day. And I roster Burrow in a league where I'm projected to win by 73%. Sleeper has me. I'm going to win this league. And Burrow's on my roster. So therefore, I will be screaming about Joe Burrow because he's going to burrow me. He's going to burrow me. And I'm not going to be happy at all.
There, get the t-shirts ready. Burrowed by Burrow. Sell for Week 18 championships.
Yes. Yeah.
He's our local boy. Like, I think Jake Congas is surprisingly good as an option. I guess it's tough for me to rely on that so much because of all the weapons that San Fran has. I mean, they're gonna have to score points against Chicago, but I wonder. I don't know. We'll see. Those linebackers are pretty good in Chicago, so I'm curious to see how they'll pan out. Oh, the reason why you'll scream is because all your players score less than 10 points. I am on that trajectory with you. So I'll be right in the comment section yelling at Josh.
I want to play a game. Last week, the moment Josh turned the TV off, football wise, is when Judkins just decided to die. That's when I packed it in myself. I can't. The week before or whenever, Daniel Jones, when he decided, like there's been a moment every week for the past maybe 5-6 weeks where I gotta go play tennis. I gotta go for a walk. I just gotta go. So what time today will Josh turn on Pokemon Legends ZA? I'll tell you when. Probably around the third quarter when Joe Burrow throws his 3rd interception or he's strip sacked. It's gonna deal with Joe Burrow. It's gonna be a Joe Burrow kind of furious day. And I don't want it to be that. Like I just don't. I want a peaceful, easy day. If I lose, I lose. That's it. But I know it's gonna happen. I can't name one defensive player on Arizona. Someone's gonna be
'Cause they're
known
all hurt.
today.
Oh my gosh. Here's do you have, well, I'll get to that in a second. Tight ends, I have Brenton Strange or Taysom Hill. I think I'm gonna say Strange. I think that's where we've been in terms of ranking today. Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to go Taysom Hill over Brenton Strange?
I'm gonna go Brenton Strange. Just more usage and just more, more reliable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Do
know.
you have anyone stacked with Joe Burrow? We need to know all the options that we have to just bench right now before it all
Oh,
collapses.
you want? I'll do everyone a favor and read every player of my players I've not played yet. Drake May, be worried.
No.
Yeah. James Cook, be worried. Bucky Irvin, be very worried. Wan'Dale Robinson, Stephon Diggs, JSN, Darren Waller, Gainwell, pretty much everyone I've been talking trash about.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Genty and Burrow. I have benched Tracy, so I am putting my money where I'm benching Tracy for higher upside players like a Genty. Burden I have on my bench. I could easily put in for Wan'Dale. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I don't know. I kind of want to play Burden. I really do. I don't know why. I have Kyle Williams on my bench. I'm not going to fall for that trap. That was just a trap. Like that was a block just in case. So that's one team. So those players are all going to crap the bed. The other team left. Sorry if this is boring for everybody, but this is crucial. Rodgers.
Yeah. Okay.
Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how I got here with Rodgers. Jonathan Taylor. JSN Puka. So there you go. Those are all the players that are going to suck today.
That's a lot of really good players that are going to let people down this week.
Yeah. This is it. But we're in the championship game. Like there should be no one with Kyle Pitts because, oh wait, yeah, you probably do. There should be no one with Derrick Henry. Wait, you probably do.
Yeah.
There should be nobody with semi-average Stephon Diggs. Wait, you probably do because of last week. Like all these average players snuck people into, like the people that rode Jackson Dart in his he should be rookie of the year. When everyone rode his success, his 25 points per game to the playoffs, and they decided that the Minnesota Vikings defense was literally the 2000 Ravens, the 2003 Bucks, the 85 Bears put together. So they decided never to throw the football. That's going to happen today to somebody. Why it's going to be me, as Justin Timberlake says.
It is just like that Vikings game, the Vikings Giants game, is just getting me all riled up again because nothing made sense. And then we see the Vikings again somehow just go like sicko mode against the Lions and just destroy dreams that way, including me starting Justin Jefferson in my championship lineup because I'm an idiot.
May or Dart for fun. Oh gosh, I'm gonna go May.
May, who does not run headfirst into brick walls every other play. He did that last season. He learned from it. He said, "I'm going to protect my noggin." Jackson Dart is going to learn that next year, but right now he's still a wild man.
Speaking of fun, let's have fun. I know in our personal chat, welcome to the side chat. Brian, I said something and nobody responded to it. I think that the AFC North, no quarterback that we see today or that started the season will be on that team. I don't think Lamar will be in Baltimore. I don't think Burrow will be in Cincinnati. Yes. I don't think Shadur Sanders starts. I don't think Dylan Gabriel starts. I don't think Joe Flacco comes back. And who's that last team? Rodgers. He's not good.
Rodgers.
We can see a whole different quarterback division. So my question to you is, let's go team by team real quick and let's close the show out with this because I think it's going to be a fun exercise. Let's start with the Cleveland Browns, Brian. Who's your prediction for their starting rookie? You can just go rookie, veteran, or someone they have in the clubhouse.
Man, that's really cool because they obviously are in a position to draft a QB. If they do that, they're gonna just add another name to the list that it's not gonna work. Like this QB class is fine. I do like. I don't know how much you've dove into dynasty topics yet. So Mendoza is the name that I think everyone's going to be looking at this season. He is. Oh gosh! All right, I'm going to quickly look at Tankathon because I think it is not. I agree with you. I do not think it's Shitter Sanders. I think they keep Shitter Sanders on the team. I think he has been fine. Like, not to ruffle any feathers. He's been fine. He has not been bad. He's just been exactly what we thought he was. He has a lot of upside, but he holds on to the ball for 6 seconds in the pocket and doesn't know what to do when there's pressure. They're not going to rely on him. They're also not financially committed because he's a 5th-round pick. I think they're going to go veteran because they just say, all right, we got to get something going. I hope it's not Malik Willis because I think Malik Willis is good. I don't want to get burned by that org, but that's an option. Unfortunately, that just popped in my noggin. So I think they're going to go veteran for the Browns. Yeah. There's a couple of other guys out there that are interesting, like Mac Jones, maybe. Like we've seen a bunch of like Marcus Mariota might even be an option. That's interesting.
UB, chill, bro.
What's that? What about Watson?
That's the answer. That's my answer. Watson will start week 100. Listen, when I'm right, not to toot my own home, week 13 top 3 ranker and all that stuff. Like, I know my stuff, guys. You guys were talking Will Howard. I told you it was Aaron Rodgers. You guys were talking AR5. I told you I was Daniel Jones. You were with that too. Telling you guys right now, week 1 starter, get used to it. It's going to be Deshaun Watson. They have too much money invested in him. I think time heals all. I think people can forgive and forget. Maybe not forgive, but I think people can forget with winning. I don't see why you wouldn't, Brian. I don't. I think I have 100% exposure to him on all my dynasty teams. Not selfishly, and I don't want him to start because of that. I just think he was such a great athlete and fun to watch. And I understand the baggage that comes with, I understand that. But I don't think a professional football team is willing to throw away all that, especially if he's still good. So I think he's going to get a shot. I think that's the starter for the Browns week 1.
I think the biggest point is just that bag of money burning in that, and they restructured something, so it's a little less money. But yeah, it's yes, this is the last minute bragathon featuring our very own. Yeah, that's a good shout. I honestly totally forgot he's on that team, and I will continue to forget until next August when I'm looking on draft boards. I go, well, there he is.
There he is. What are we gonna do with him?
Yeah.
So let's just do this. Bengals rookie.
Veteran. No, they're keeping Burrow.
Think so?
No, I don't know who's going to pay that price tag. A lot of teams will, but this team, in my mind, is going to be like, I need 3 first-round picks. I need you to cover all of his costs, and like we need blah blah blah, like 800 more things, because that's just what they're going to do. But I do think it's still Burrow. I would love to see him traded because give him a real organization, please. Someone that will protect him and actually give him what he needs, which is an offensive line. It's simple. It's a simple thing. But you know, their draft stock is like middle of the pack. They're sitting at the 9th pick right now. That's fine. They can probably draft some O-line and see if they can fix the issue. But I do think Burrow sticks around.
Right on. I do see that he's the biggest one I think will get moved. I hope he does, but again, we'll see. Now Baltimore is interesting. If they could just miss the playoffs, fire everybody, whole new everybody. Lamar could be on his way out as well. People are probably I don't know the Baltimore sports radio or how the local beat is, but if you're not winning Super Bowls or playoff matchups, I'm sure Kyler's getting trash talk. Why can't Lamar to Miami is what I want to see.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
I kind of feel like that is something that'd be really exciting, and I do think Jackson a little bit, since I heard that there might be some movement in Baltimore. I'm now kind of like I'm picking up steam on kind of buying into, I think Lamar's moving. I think it's just over for that relationship between him and Harbaugh. Like I don't really think it's gelling between the two of them anymore. And it's just time for a change, whether Harbaugh's out or Lamar's out. And I do think Lamar is probably the one that's going to be easier to move, based on just how impossible it is to get a winning head coach.
Send him to Miami somehow, some way. I'd be so happy. And the last team there, the Steelers, Rodgers winning the Super Bowl on his way out is what I want to see. That's what I'm really rooting for, but I know it's not going to happen. I'm realistic, but I think he's going to go out in the wild card round or whenever, looking sad, looking old, going into the retirement home. What's next for Pittsburgh?
Veteran. I think this team is going to never learn further mistakes. And I say mistake, which is doing a little better than 500, getting into the playoffs and then getting booted in the first round. Like, they kind of seriously need to not like tank, because you can't do that, but they need to do something where they either get an early like pick, or they have to invest in like a worthwhile veteran to continue this process of always going 500 or just plus 500 and getting into the playoffs. Mac Jones, I mean, Mac Jones and Arthur Smith would like give me a conniption, just like the most boring, like unpredictable offense that you can imagine, where none of the players that you want to score fantasy points would happen, but it could happen. It could very well happen. It's just, I just hope it doesn't. Yeah, I think Steelers sign a vet. That'd be my gamble.
This is the most Jacoby Brissett team of all teams.
Oh,
This
you're
is
so
it,
right.
guys.
You're so right.
This is it. Oh, he can throw the football. He can do this. I guarantee. And how uninspired would that be? I like Mac Jones, UB. That'd be good. I think Mac Jones needs the coaching. And my prediction for Mac Jones is Minnesota Vikings. Here's your new starter of the 2026 season. I think Mac Jones will be the new starter for the Vikings. I think JJ McCarthy, that's done. I think the experiment with JJ McCarthy is over with. I think they bring in a veteran like a Mac Jones, and I think he's going to win the job. I think the best place for Mac Jones is Minnesota. They have the best weapons for him. They have a great head coach. I still believe in KOC. It's just maybe JJ McCarthy wasn't the guy. Maybe he just didn't have the mental capacity of it. Maybe he just can't handle the NFL. And that happens. Not everyone from that class is going to work out. There has to be the Christian Ponders. There has to be the Jamarcus Russells. There has to be those guys. So, unfortunately, McCarthy's going to be. I think Mac Jones that's his best spot. Do you think?
Oh, for sure.
Mac
Yeah,
Jones?
absolutely. Yeah. Like, I completely agree with you on Kevin O'Connell. I think that's perfect. Like, I'm not worried because we've seen a lot of injuries with that Vikings offense that have hurt JJ McCarthy, but there's been too much of JJ McCarthy himself being the reason why he's not succeeding. And also he's made of glass, I guess, because he's just missed a bunch of seasons. I know like one way had been like a soft benching, whatever. That's still not good because you missed your entire rookie season with an injury. And then you come into the season, you play 7 quarters of bad football, 1 quarter of really good football. And that's not really enough to prove to everybody that you're worth investing in, especially when after like your third game, you're still out. And now you miss almost all of this season. You come back in, you're still trash, except for one magical game against the Commanders, and against the Dallas defense, which again couldn't stop a nosebleed. So I do think that experiment's over, which is a bummer because there's still some fun things about his game, but I don't think the Vikings have time. I don't think they have time to let JJ McCarthy do his thing because Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson, they're running out of time. Like their contracts are going to need to be paid up or extended or moved, and they don't want to do that.
And the sad thing is, not sad thing, but good thing for football is Bears are on their way up. Lions are Detroit. I think that losing all those coordinators really hurt and exposed Dan Campbell for who he is, but still very good football team still. Packers are still they were top. Now they're literally the bottom of the division. And you're right, they're losing time. And I would say the experiment was up this year. Now that we know what we know, they wanted to keep Darnold. Darnold wanted to be a starter, not fight for a job. I think the Aaron Rodgers rumors were true, knowing what we know about JJ McCarthy. Hell, they even started Carson Wentz over McCarthy this year when McCarthy could have went. That tells you what they think about this kid. Yeah. They don't want him.
And that's just how it goes. Like sometimes you gamble, you take him in the 10th overall because you really like the draft class, and you miss. You meant like I think he went after Bonix, right? I think it went Bonix then JJ. I think that was the order.
Possibly. That's a good class though, man. And Bo Nix, by the way, fantasy wise, was probably the most disrespected one out of all those, and especially dynasty formats. He was being picked in the second round in my super flex leagues everywhere, and he's turning out to be probably second best out of that class for fantasy wise.
That was probably my biggest miss of that class. Bo Nix. I was completely out. Oops.
Yeah, Justin. We need to have a show that humbles us, especially myself, since UB thinks that I brag too much, which let's be clear, I do. We need to have a humble session, like biggest misses of 2025. I got a plenty. Travis Hunter.
Yeah, we'll pull the receipts.
I got plenty of them, brother. But we went ahead and wrap this bad boy up and win some championships. Get some. What are we eating today, Brian? What's on the docket?
What's on the docket? Well, as you can see throughout the show, which is a big old large black coffee from not yet sponsored from Dunkin'. And then honestly, probably who knows? I legitimately don't even know. A lot of leftovers. We're eating dubs though. Certainly, we're gonna have some wins, and we're gonna have some victory pizza at the end of the day. That's what's gonna happen today. Put it into the universe. It'll happen. Manifest.
Yes.
And we'll come back to you.
So I'm gonna let you close up the show. This isn't my show. I'm just the guest today. So I appreciate you having me on. You're not even the host today.
I'm not even the host either. We're out here just Justin has no idea what's happening on this show. We are just taking the reins completely, and I think we did great. I think we deserve a little pat on our back. I think we did all right. But yeah, so with that, we're gonna wrap it up here. We wish you the best of luck in all your championships today. We wish you the best of luck in all your pooper matchups today. Please don't come in dead last. Do what you can. Tune in. In the buzzer, we got one last one here. Juwan Johnson or Colson Loveland. Standard scoring. Whoa.
We got
Please answer Champions Week. Man, I would want to go. Actually, no, Josh, you can go. I'll step over you.
Oh, no, you go ahead, because I think you know this more than I do. Because I hate both these players. But I understand why we have to talk about them.
I'm gonna go Colson Loveland here, and here's why. We have said all show that we really like Taysom Hill, and I don't think there's really enough room for both tight ends to do something. I know Juwan Johnson's way more of a receiving option. I think Colson Loveland against the 49ers is going to be very relevant. I do think that game is going to have a bunch of points. I do think Colson Loveland probably is going to threaten to score. Juwan Johnson is kind of, he is a semi-red zone threat, but not nearly as much as like Olave or Hill. I also just think Colson Loveland's just a better player. So I'm going to lean towards that and say Colson Loveland's going to be my play today.
I agree. My only problem is it's standard, and Juwan Johnson can actually catch. I was gonna say he's more consistent through the air, which he is, but high upside, man. What the theme of this week?
Yes,
upside. So go grab that upside, which is Loveland. It is gross, but man, they're a playoff team and they want to fight for positioning, and I'm going Loveland.
I do not think you're crazy to stack both.
No,
I do think DJ Moore got you with one huge 60-yard bomb, but that's in his realm of possibilities. So I think it's absolutely worth it to keep playing DJ Moore. I know it's a lot of mouths to feed, because especially when Burns back, but this game is going to be close, and they're going to need to. I think they're going to throw the ball to beat San Francisco, because San Francisco is humming right now. Yep. Any high upsides? I start Jacobs and JJ.
There you go.
Yeah. I think you just play as many Bears as you can and hope it's another 30-point fireworks show. That's not the phrase.
That's not the phrase, but the phrase to get us out of here is thanks for watching. Subscribe, like if you like more of this content. Share with your friends. We're not going away during the off season. We'll be here. Award shows, off season talk of like free agents. We're talking it all, Brian. We don't take days off. So
nope. You'll hear a lot of us, and you're gonna enjoy it, hopefully. So thank you all again so much for tuning in. Best of luck, and we will see you Monday when we're holding all of our trophies. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.